Welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. The world has known only one Moses. The times in which he lived call for a man with a testimony of a miraculous childhood, training in the arts of ministration in Pharaoh's court, and God's law from Israel's most talented, and a burning bush experience. But his time came to an end, as all of ours does, and when that day came, God had prepared Joshua to stand in his place. His mandate from God was, "Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest." Compared to Moses, Joshua was a very small man. He was no prophet nor constructive genius. He was not capable of the heights of communion and revelation which the lofty spirit of Moses was able to mount. He was only a plain, fiery soldier, having energy, swift decision, ability to act decisively, self-command, and all the military virtues in the highest degree. But he didn't need to be another Moses. Moses' work was done. God suited him to and chose him for the task at hand, which was leading the Israelite nation into the first possession of Canaan. The one thing that he needed was to be strong and courageous, and over again in this chapter that injunction was pealed into his ears. He is the very picture of a soldier of the Lord, and the charge to him embodies the duties of such a man. Christianity has brought to the forefront human virtues less valued in Joshua's day. Jesus threw the gentler ones into prominence, largely unknown before, and in doing so has dimmed the luster of the old heroic type of character who was considered victorious by staining his sword with the blood of his nation's enemies. But the prominent ones of the past, such things as courage, chivalry, aggressiveness, honor, and commitment still exist and are very needful in even the lowliest Christian life, for they reach to the highest measure of heroism. The history of our spiritual ancestors proves on 1,000 pages the grim fact that all Christian progress is conflict. We have to fight. If we would be true to the duties of our religious profession and loyal to the orders from our warlord master, the King of Kings, then we must take our part in the great warfare which he has declared and is perpetually being carried on against every abuse and oppression, iniquity and sin that grinds down hapless souls in a lost and dying world, making our brethren miserable and servile. So the message the angel brought to Joshua really belongs to us all, and we need to hear it, not merely from human lips, but by the great inspiring voice of God's Spirit, calling us to face bravely fearsome challenges and persevere in overcoming evil with good. Jesus Christ is a picture of Joshua of old and of the Christian soldier of today. The conqueror of Canaan and the Redeemer of the world have really the same name. While the Lord is ever before us as a patient sufferer, he is also the captain of our salvation. He is the proof that the greatest strength is always accompanied with the tenderest love and wrapped in meekness, gentleness. Christian kindness is not to be mistaken for lack of manliness. Remember that great Christian general, the Apostle Paul, who commanded, "Quit you like men, be strong, and right along with it, let all your deeds be done in love." Brethren, fellow soldiers, let these two commands be braided into one cable, and we have a force and can overcome the devil and the world. The mightiest strength is the love that conquers hate, and the only love that is truly a worthy love is a love that is strong to contend and overcome. Like Joshua, we too are commanded to be strong. Then strength is a duty and weakness is a sin. Our strength is a gift from God. Have you talked to him today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at godsfiveminutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.
For 60 years, Crater College has been empowering students to soar to new heights, from agriculture to education, to business, sports, and the newest technologies. Crater always has something interesting going on. I'm Adam Winkler of KNEO Radio. Join me each week as I talk to a different person from Crater College about what's been happening and what's coming up next. It's the Insider's Guide to all things Crater. Subscribe today to the This Week in Crater College podcast, available from the Sky High Podcast Network.